Thank you very much, Sharks. Over here at the Weatherman screen, the forecast is promising after the high-pressure front of games in Week 4. It's time to take a look at the OP players, starting with the chilly front that has come in over the fantasy scoreboards. It's HTK's Oduwamne. He's currently the pick of your envy if he's running on your team. He's not on mine, which is why it's chilly and I'm sad. Continuing with the hail is talk about the OP5s. Emperor hailed down a 41% kill share, playing both Kalista and Ezreal. Then, following on from that, a shower of assists has followed in, with Hybrid in the support role, a 26 KDA, only one death across 2 games. There's clear skies on the horizon for Oduwamne and his Poppy after he helped defeat elements leading from the front, swinging that keeper's verdict and really doing a great job. And finally, with some partly cloudy skies as far as the stats are concerned, Vizichachi is showing that poor weather is not going to stop his shot calling, his leader abilities, or his ability to impact the game. 6-4-21, but it's more about how he's playing. I know Deficio feels very strongly about how well he can carry that umbrella for his team. And finally, there's thunder and lightning on this horizon as Airwax and his jungle Kindred today went 3-1-0 at 15 minutes against Fnatic. Despite not winning the game, it is a very good performance from Airwax, showing you that no matter what the weather report might say, he's able to perform. He's showing up on the LCS stage. So there's your fantasy leaders, as well as some OP5s for the Weatherman prediction screen. But to find out the MVP and exactly where the bright sunshine is coming from, we're going to head back to the analyst desk.
Where the bright sunshine is coming from, I think it's always sunny in your head. Quayshaw, where did that? We were totally unprepared for that. Yet, solid list. Hybrid and Emperor there at the top of the OP list. I wanted to ask you about that duo because Hybrid is someone we've had our eye on. Of course, he's played a lot of Braum and he's obviously very adept at that champion. But what do you make of the duo as a whole?
I think the duo is, they're okay, but from what I saw yesterday, like when they were playing the 2v2 matchup versus Ezreal Janna, but I forgot which team, they didn't like play together in the lane. Like that's something you notice as a bot laner, when you know that if your AD carry is stepping back, you don't really step up as support, you step together like a parallel line. But yesterday it was like, it wasn't really, didn't like give me the impression that they were that great yet. Maybe they're still improving on it, and I hope so too. Because I feel like they could be a really good duo. Like Emperor has shown he actually can carry games when given the resources, and Hybrid has shown really good like skill on Braum, hopefully on other champions too. And I don't know, yeah, I think that's what I think of them. All
right, cool. Well, for the MVP spot, we also have an AD carry that's in there standing out amongst the rest of the field for us this week. UOL's Steelback. 8-1 and 18 in 2 games for a KDA of 26. And of course you have to see this in the context of the expectations we had for UOL and Steelback in particular coming into the season, and he has risen above and beyond.
Yeah, for sure. He's really stepped up and become the main carry for Unicorn to love. Something, especially on the AD carry position, they lacked last year, where it was so much about power of evil in the mid lane. I definitely feel like they have more players they can play around. And Steelback, every player we ask, honestly rate him super high now as an AD carry in the EU LCS and say he's performing better and better. So you played against him back in spring last year, and then now, what do you feel is like the massive difference?
Well, first he has a support that can actually play aggro now. And I feel like when he can play with someone he's comfortable with, then of course he can show his true ability. And I think Steelback has actually improved from since like last time I played against him, and I'm happy that he's improved.
And I feel like the other half of that is that it also helps the Unicorns, because Hylissang now has an AD carry that he can leave on his own. It's like, oh, it's time to roam. I can leave him here. He's not going to do anything. Steelback's just going to hold this. So I think it's just a great overall upgrade for the Unicorns of Love.
Yeah, and funnily enough, we talked so much about Power of Evil leaving, and he doesn't seem to find his groove on OG. However, Fox, Spring 2015, Fox is back in there. Today's Corki play really impressed me, the way he roamed and played. It's funny how all these players seem to be gelling together much better, and it's good for them. We'll also see them next week in their next game, as they will take on, in Week 5, H2K. That'll be a very interesting matchup. A lot of their Fnatic versus Elements OG Splice. G2 versus Vitality. Well, Kasing, a little bit of a preview on that one. Of course, G2 alone, not alone, with H2K at the top of the tables. And after the game today, maybe, you know, a little bit harder to prepare for you guys.
I think we'll be quite good against them. I think we play well against their current style. Like they like to play really aggressive. We know how to play really conservative and play around the map. So I think it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, we'll see. Any other matchups that you guys have got your eye on? Every team in particular, of course, the Giants at the bottom of the table. It's got to start happening for them soon.
I don't think it will.
Yeah.
I honestly don't see how Giants at the moment is just going to bounce back and pick up the first win or first 2 wins or whatever. Because they have so many issues compared to every other team. I mean, Rocket, in the games we were watching, are looking better than Giants are, despite Rocket also losing. So, I mean, in Europe, we tend to see some upsets here and there, but it's been less, in my opinion, this year than normally. So I wonder for Giants what needs to change, because there's a lot of things at the moment.
Well, what I would say for Giants is, for their fans at least, they put out a post yesterday talking about their issues and how they feel about it. So this may be a week where we do see some kind of change. I don't know what it is that they need to do, but if they can kind of reset in a week, it's a short period of time, there is a possibility. But I'm looking at that H2K matchup.
You don't know what it is they need to do. You're singing a different
Hey,
tune.
whoa. I think if they had a time machine and not get rid of Werlib, I think that would have been one of the things they need to do, but it's too late for that. They've got to find a different answer, because he was becoming one of the main carries for Giants at the end of last year.
Interesting. A lot of work to do for them. And by the way, our match of the week next week is Vitality versus Origin. So you have 2 very tough matchups. I mean, very interesting matchup for top of the tables. If you have to predict what you will go.
I don't know, actually. Like, both teams are really strong, and Origin will probably be in better form as well from the previous week, like the previous time we played against them, and of course so will we. So that will be actually a really fun match.
We'll see. You don't have to wait till that match of the week to get more LCS action, because things get going over in NA tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European Time, noon Pacific, with Team Liquid versus Team Dignitas. And later on, it is their match of the week between CLG and the familiar faces of Immortals. Well, we already touched on them. As you say, I don't see the Giants turning their season around. I don't see Immortals stopping anytime soon.
No, I mean, Immortals right now are playing so well. They're drafting compositions that fit them to play aggressive early on, and I don't think they're going to lose the game.
We'll see what happens. For us here in Berlin, it is time to log out. From all of us here, bringing you the European LCS. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Kasing, Perks, and yesterday Vander for joining us. And we'll see you guys back here next time.